Tyrannosaurus car brakes. Stop hard, stop fast, stop like a dinosaur. When you need to stop, go prehistoric.
I never worry about the lawn anymore. That's just thorough coverage. It practically waters the lawn for me.
It's a green flag now. Go, 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 go!
Peels off into pit lane. Pan improves to 14th in practice with a 4 minutes and 48.384 seconds.
Buffhead 1 Drop Bear Racing Season 18 in the Mazda MX-5 cars. The pit lane releases Huggy back onto the circuit.
We're with Josh to see how they tackle this next section. Sprinkler in the Volvo S60 has chosen to stop now. Josh is in this lap. Scallywagon improves to 11th in practice with a 1 minute and 51.229 seconds.
Buffhead 1 Formula Fridays Season 13 in the 1990 Formula 1 cars.
Pit exit for Rick Banashek from Australia. Huggy peels off into the pit lane.
Awesomeness heads back onto the circuit.
Into the pits comes Disco. We have a pit entry for Alex McEwen for Project 4.
Buffhead 1 Drop Bear Racing Season 19 in the Super Tourer cars.
Practice comes to a close.
Qualifying is underway. Lap times and track position on the timing screens matter now.
Buffhead rolls out of the lane.
Hit exit for John Barabash in the Holden Commodore VF. Sprinkler in car number 69 heads back onto the circuit. Toby Zayev for Drop Bear Racing is back on circuit.
Huggy in the Volvo S60 is exiting the pits. Nick Mello in car number 4 is exiting the pits. Josh rolls out of the lane.
Buffhead 1 Drop Bear Racing Season 20 in the Formula 4 cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
Scallywagon leaves the pit lane now. John Barabash is the focus of the cameras now. A sharp lap from Buffhead from Australia. That is the new qualifying target.
A cleaner lap from James Bullock for Holden, and that brings an improvement.
Useful gain there from Orsamness from Australia, who goes third.
Disco returns to the track for another run.
That is an improvement from Toby Zayev from Australia, now fourth.
A cleaner lap from Nick Mello, and that brings an improvement. Nick Mello won Formula Fridays Season 14 in the 1991 F1 cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
We have a pit entry for John Barabash in car number 53.
John Barabash from Australia returns to the track for another run.
Volvo S60 leaves the racing line and heads in. That lap from Buffhead moves them to the top. James Bullock improves, but it is second for now.
Andrew Ferguson has improved the personal best and now sits third.
Awesomeness in car number 23 improves, but it is fourth for now. Sprinkler improves, but it is fourth for now.
Pan for Nissan Motorsport has improved the personal best and now sits fifth.
That was better from Toby Zaire, now showing in sixth. That is an improvement from Nick Mello, now second. Rick Banashek for Fasthouse Racing finds more time and moves to fifth. Josh has chipped away at the time and moves into fifth. Demon Boost commits to pit lane. Sprinkler in the Volvo S60 is in this lap. Nick Mello, always a tough driver to beat on the streets of Monaco, especially in an F1 car. That is exactly the kind of lap that changes the pressure in this session.
John Barabash in the Holden Commodore VF improves the lap, but there is still more time to find. Rick Banashek in car number 91 is off the circuit and into pit lane.
Josh heads for pit lane. James Bullock delivers when it matters and goes fastest. New benchmark in qualifying. Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60, 1 minute and 45.329 seconds. Pit exit for Sprinkler. That lap moves Disco up to 10th. James Bullock is coming into pit lane. The current pole time is 1 minute and 45.329 seconds, set by Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60. That puts Nick Mello on provisional pole, a 1 minute and 44.551 seconds.
Back out on track comes Rick Banashek in the Holden Commodore VF.
This could be a strategic stop from Nick Mello. The provisional pole sitter is Nick Mello for Project 4, thanks to a 1 minute and 44.551 seconds.
And now everyone else has a very clear target to chase.
Useful gain there from Scalawagon for Super Black Racing, who goes 11th.
Pit exit for Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore VF. Rick Banashek won Drop Bear Racing Season 27 in the Honda Civics. Alex McEwen returns to the track for another run.
Better lap from William Bullock, 3 minutes and 34.152 seconds, good enough for 14th. Useful gain there from Andrew Ferguson, who goes second.
Here is Toby Zaire for Drop Bear Racing through turn 9.
Demon Boost for FarGone Racing is heading out again. Huggy leaves the racing line and heads in.
Johnsel is back on circuit.
Pan from Australia improves the lap, but there is still more time to find.
A cleaner lap from John Barabash in car number 53, and that brings an improvement.
Useful gain there from Alex McEwen in car number 11, who goes 15th.
The timing screens show Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF at the top, with a 1 minute and 44.551 seconds.
William Bullock puts in a 1 minute and 45.435 seconds and climbs to 5th. Rick Banaszek won both Formula Fridays races at Portimao in the 1991 Formula One cars. That is William Bullock in the Volvo S60 diving into the pits. John Barabash in car number 53 has entered the pits.
Toby Zayer in the Holden Commodore ZB puts in a 1 minute and 47.399 seconds and climbs to 11th.
Disco in car number 69 leaves the racing line and heads in.
John Barabash in the Holden Commodore VF is back on circuit.
Buffhead has chipped away at the time and moves into second. We have a pit entry for Toby Zayer. That is Andrew Ferguson diving into the pits. Hahn rolls out of the lane. We have a pit entry for Buffhead.
A cleaner lap from Scalawagon for Super Black Racing, and that brings an improvement.
As it stands, Nick Mello from Australia has provisional pole with a 1 minute and 44.551 seconds. Better lap from Alex McEwen in car number 11, 1 minute and 44.870 seconds, good enough for second.
The pit lane releases Buffhead back onto the circuit.
That is Jonzel in car number 6 diving into the pits.
Buffhead won Drop Bear Racing Season 18 in the Mazda MX-5 cars. A cleaner lap from Demon Boost in the Holden Commodore VF, and that brings an improvement. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story. Rick Banaszek in the Holden Commodore VF has improved the personal best and now sits 7th.
Pit exit for Jonzel. Rick Banaszek heads for pit lane. With 18 minutes still to run, Nick Mello is holding onto the top spot.
And now everyone else has a very clear target to chase.
James Bullock in car number 10 peels off into pit lane.
The pit lane releases James Bullock back onto the circuit. The pit lane releases Disco for DD Racing back onto the circuit.
Scalawagon finds more time and moves to 14th. Nick Mello is the driver to beat at the moment, sitting on pole with a 1 minute and 44.551 seconds.
That could be difficult to beat if the track does not keep improving. William Bullock in car number 5 is off the circuit and into pit lane.
William Bullock from Australia leaves the pit lane now.
Sprinkler won Drop Bear Racing Season 21 in the GT4 cars.
Sprinkler finds more time and moves to 10th.
Rick Banaszek heads back onto the circuit.
Josh is heading out again. 17 minutes remain in qualifying, and nobody has beaten Nick Mello for Project 4 yet. The stop is underway for Or Samness for Nissan Motorsport.
Back out on track comes Demon Boost.
16 minutes remain in qualifying, and nobody has beaten Nick Mello yet.
"15 minutes remain in qualifying, and nobody has beaten Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF yet."
Rick Banashek leaves the racing line and heads in. Buffhead peels off into the pit lane.
Excellent lap from Alex McEwen for Project 4. A 1 minute and 44.056 seconds, and that is quickest so far. Alex McEwen, the Nürburgring Nordschleife, is one of his favorite tracks. Toby Zayer for Drop Bear Racing heads back onto the circuit.
This could be a strategic stop from Jonzel. Jonzel for 888 Race Engineering is heading out again.
The pit lane releases Buffhead back onto the circuit.
That lap moves Disco from Australia up to 13th. William Bullock for Polestar Racing leaves the pit lane now. Scalawagon for Super Black Racing peels off into pit lane. With 14 minutes remaining in qualifying, Alex McEwen in car number 11 is currently on pole with a 1 minute and 44.056 seconds. Pit exit for Scalawagon. Huggy for Polestar Racing heads back onto the circuit. The stop is underway for James Bullock from Australia. Alex McEwen leaves the racing line and heads in. Useful gain there from Andrew Ferguson, who goes third.
A cleaner lap from John Barabash, and that brings an improvement. James Bullock for Holden heads back onto the circuit. Buffhead won Drop Bear Racing Season 19 in the Super Tourer cars.
Better lap from Demon Boost for FarGone Racing. 1 minute and 48.703 seconds, good enough for 15th. Awesomeness improves the lap, but there is still more time to find.
Disco in the Holden Commodore ZB puts in a 1 minute and 47.585 seconds and climbs to 13th. Back out on track comes Scalawagon. Here is Josh, and that is turn 5, outer loop coming up.
Andrew Ferguson is coming into pit lane. The current pole time is 1 minute and 44.056 seconds, set by Alex McEwen. That is Jonzel in car number 6 diving into the pits. That is William Bullock in car number 5 diving into the pits.
William Bullock from Australia heads back onto the circuit. Jonzel heads back onto the circuit. Qualifying continues, and Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore VF leads the way with a 1 minute and 44.056 seconds.
That is an improvement from Josh for Nissan Motorsport, now 8th. That is progress from Sprinkler in the Volvo S60, up to 7th. The pit crew will be ready for Josh.
Alex McEwen won Formula Friday Season 16 in the 2000 F1 cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
Taz Racer in car number 9 leaves the pit lane now. Demon Boost in car number 666 is bringing the car to the lane. The clock is ticking down. Alex McEwen remains fastest with a 1 minute and 44.056 seconds.
Demon Boost in the Holden Commodore VF leaves the pit lane now.
Taz Racer in the Mercedes-Benz Mercedes AMG E63 rolls out of the lane.
We switch our attention to Sprinkler from Australia at turn 10.
Sprinkler improves, but it is 7th for now. Buffhead for DD Racing leaves the racing line and heads in. Taz Racer for Erebus Racing has entered the pits. Better lap from Awesomeness. 1 minute and 49.371 seconds, good enough for 16th.
William Bullock from Australia is back on circuit.
Pan in the Nissan Altima L33 is coming into pit lane. John Barabash for JB Racing peels off into the pit lane. The timing screens show Alex McEwen at the top, with a 1 minute and 44.056 seconds. John Barabash leaves the pit lane now. Taz Racer in car number 9 has chosen to stop now. Pan is exiting the pits. The stop is underway for Awesomeness.
Excellent lap from Alex McEwen for Project 4. A 1 minute and 44.035 seconds. And that is quickest so far.
Alex McEwen is exiting the pits.
Awesomeness from Australia heads back onto the circuit.
Huggy has entered the pits. William Bullock, twin brother of James Bullock. Demon Boost puts in a 1 minute and 48.680 seconds and climbs to 14th. Jonzel has chosen to stop now.
Jonzel is back on circuit. The camera is focused on Scalawagon as they head through turn 5, outer loop.
The provisional pole sitter is Alex McEwen in car number 11, thanks to a 1 minute and 44.035 seconds.
That could be difficult to beat if the track does not keep improving.
This could be a strategic stop from James Bullock from Australia. Pit exit for Disco. That lap moves Josh for Nissan Motorsport up to 7th. That is Nick Mello from Australia diving into the pits. Useful gain there from Scalawagon, who goes 12th. William Bullock for Polestar Racing improves, but it is 6th for now. William Bullock rolls out of the lane. That is progress from Demon Boost, up to 15th. James Bullock, twin brother of William Bullock.
Josh from Australia returns to the track for another run.
The timing screens show Alex McEwen in car number 11 at the top, with a 1 minute and 44.035 seconds. Demon Boost in car number 666 carries the speed through inner loop. Sprinkler is in this lap.
Scalawagon for Super Black Racing heads back onto the circuit. Sprinkler from Australia is back on circuit. Excellent lap from Alex McEwen, a 1 minute and 43.966 seconds, and that is quickest so far.
That is Alex McEwen diving into the pits. Demon Boost peels off into pit lane. Andrew Ferguson leaves the racing line and heads in.
Alex McEwen in car number 11 is back on circuit.
We have a pit entry for Buffhead in car number 11.
Andrew Ferguson returns to the track for another run.
That lap moves Johnsel in car number 6 up to 12th. That is progress from John Barabash from Australia, up to 10th. Johnsel heads for pit lane. Pit exit for Johnsel. The pressure rises now. Alex McEwen for Project 4 has the top spot as time runs down. That is exactly the kind of lap that changes the pressure in this session. William Bullock peels off into the pit lane. Alex McEwen for Project 4 is bringing the car to the lane. Scalawagon in car number 13 peels off into pit lane. Alex McEwen is the driver to beat at the moment, sitting on pole with a 1 minute and 43.966 seconds.
That could be difficult to beat if the track does not keep improving.
A good look here at awesomeness for Nissan Motorsport.
A cleaner lap from Josh for Nissan Motorsport, and that brings an improvement.
John Barabash is exiting the pits.
Sprinkler 1 Drop Bear Racing Season 21 in the GT4 cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
Marju is in this lap. That lap moves Sprinkler up to 7th. The stop is underway for Disco.
The pit lane releases Demon Boost for FarGone Racing back onto the circuit.
We have a pit entry for Pine. Into the pits comes Nick Mello. Samness for Nissan Motorsport is coming into the pits. Marju commits to pit lane. As it stands, Alex McEwen has provisional pole with a 1 minute and 43.966 seconds. Better lap from Buffhead, 1 minute and 44.875 seconds, good enough for 4th.
And now everyone else has a very clear target to chase. Buffhead is off the circuit and into pit lane.
Jonzel in car number 6 improves the lap, but there is still more time to find. Demon Boost for FarGone Racing is bringing the car to the lane. Scalawagon in car number 13 is heading out again.
With the qualifying clock ticking down left in the session, the benchmark is 1 minute and 43.966 seconds from Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore V8.
Sprinkler in the Volvo S60 is exiting the pits. Rick Banashek is in this lap. Disco is heading out again. Sprinkler is heading out again. Marju from Australia leaves the pit lane now. Qualifying continues, and Alex McEwen for Project 4 leads the way with a 1 minute and 43.966 seconds. Sprinkler in the Volvo S60 has entered the pits.
Back out on track comes Jonzel.
Into the pits comes Josh from Australia. Qualifying continues, and Alex McEwen in car number 11 leads the way with a 1 minute and 43.966 seconds. The pit crew will be ready for Scalawagon. Sprinkler in car number 69 is bringing the car to the lane. Demon Boost for FarGone Racing has chosen to stop now. Disco heads for pit lane. William Bullock for Polestar Racing is coming into the pits.
Sprinkler in the Volvo S60 is back on circuit.
With the qualifying clock ticking down still to run, Alex McEwen in car number 11 is holding onto the top spot.
That could be difficult to beat if the track does not keep improving. Alex McEwen won Formula Friday's Season 16 in the 2000 F1 cars. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
Sprinkler from Australia is coming into the pits.
With the qualifying clock ticking down still to run, Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore VF is holding onto the top spot.
That is exactly the kind of lap that changes the pressure in this session. The current pole time is 1 minute and 43.966 seconds, set by Alex McEwen from Australia. Qualifying is complete. Race session is active, waiting for the start. Drivers wait in anticipation of the start. Here is Nick Mello, working through the lap.
Buffhead won Drop Bear Racing Season 25 in the GT Legends cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
Green flag, and we are racing.
Disco from Australia is on soft compound tyres.
For first, Andrew Ferguson is starting to ask the question of Alex McEwen. Ferguson has Nick Mello for Project 4 all over the back of them now for third.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit.
Nick Mello leads this little scrap, but Buffhead in the Holden Commodore ZB is keeping the pressure on. Josh in car number 69 is going to need to defend against William Bullock for 8th. Tom Marzella leaves the racing line and heads in. Rick Banashek for Fast House Racing is close enough now to make William Bullock from Australia uncomfortable.
This is a nice camera view of Johnsel in car number 6 making their way around. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story. Alex McEwen won Formula Friday's Season 17 in the 2005 F1 cars.
For 10th, Johnsel is starting to ask the question of John Barabash from Australia. No breathing room for Johnsel now. That is a statement lap from Alex McEwen, 1 minute and 52.663 seconds. Alex McEwen in car number 11 crosses the line to complete lap 1 with a 1 minute and 52.663 seconds.
After lap 1, Alex McEwen is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Tom Marzella is third, Nick Mello for Project 4 is fourth, Buffhead in the Holden Commodore ZB is fifth, James Bullock from Australia is sixth.
There's a gain for Tazracer who moves into 18th. There's a yellow flag. Someone must have gone off the track.
Huggy in the Volvo S60 is on soft compound tyres.
The contest for 15th is starting to tighten. We are hoping for a tight battle now between William Bullock and Josh for 7th. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. Rick Banashek in car number 91 is right there with William Bullock in car number 5.
That gap to Johnsel for 888 race engineering is 1 second for Scalawagon from Australia, but it moved the wrong way on the previous lap.
The contest for 10th is starting to tighten. Toby Zaire in the Holden Commodore ZB is applying real pressure to Pan in the battle for 13th. Fastest lap now belongs to Alex McEwen for Project 4, a 1 minute and 46.772 seconds.
Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore VF crosses the line to complete lap 2 with a 1 minute and 46.772 seconds. After lap 2, Alex McEwen is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock in the Holden Commodore VF is fifth, Sprinkler from Australia is sixth.
Rick Banashek is right with William Bullock in the fight for 8th. Johnsel is looking for a gap to pass John Barabash in car number 53. Buffhead for DD Racing is putting pressure on James Bullock from Australia for 5th. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. This is exactly the kind of pressure battle that can force an error. The battle for 10th is on, with Scalawagon chasing John Barabash. That gap is 2.0 seconds between Marju for 888 race engineering and John Barabash. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. Pan for Nissan Motorsport is right with John Barabash for JB Racing in the fight for 10th. Alex McEwen lowers the mark to 1 minute and 46.257 seconds. Alex McEwen crosses the line to complete lap 3 with a 1 minute and 46.257 seconds.
After lap 3, Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore VF is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello is third, James Bullock in the Holden Commodore VF is fourth, Buffhead in car number 11 is fifth, Sprinkler is sixth.
There's a gain for Disco, who moves into 11th.
Rick Banaszek for Fast House Racing is 1.3 seconds behind William Bullock, but lost 1 second on the previous lap. Josh in the Nissan Altima L33 is 1.2 seconds behind William Bullock, but lost 1.4 seconds on the previous lap.
The battle for 13th is on, with John Barabash in the Holden Commodore VF chasing Toby Zaire. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. Johnsel in car number 6 is right there with John Barabash for JB Racing.
Nick Mello is on soft compound tyres. Buffhead won Drop Bear Racing Season 20 in the Formula 4 cars.
James Bullock for Holden is tucked up behind Buffhead for 5th.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Alex McEwen has gone quickest with a 1 minute and 46.100 seconds. Alex McEwen for Project 4 crosses the line to complete lap 4 with a 1 minute and 46.100 seconds.
After lap 4, Alex McEwen is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock for Holden is fifth, Sprinkler from Australia is sixth. Sprinkler is right there with James Bullock in the Holden Commodore VF for fifth.
Rick Banaszek is close enough now to make Josh uncomfortable. Yellow flags are out. Taz is 0 seconds behind Orsamnis, but was 4.8 seconds quicker last lap.
Toby Zaire in the Holden Commodore ZB is close enough now to make Marju uncomfortable.
Johnsel from Australia is tucked up behind John Barabash for JB Racing for 14th.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight. Nick Mello in car number 4 is on soft compound tyres.
Alex McEwen crosses the line to complete lap 5 with a 1 minute and 46.382 seconds. After lap 5, Alex McEwen is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello is third, Buffhead in car number 11 is fourth, James Bullock for Holden is fifth, Sprinkler is sixth. Rick Banaszek from Australia is right there with Josh for Nissan Motorsport. Marju from Australia has Toby Zaire in car number 8 all over the back of them now for 12th.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight. Nick Mello won Formula Fridays Season 14 in the 1991 F1 cars.
John Barabash has dragged themselves into range of Toby Zaire. Yellow flags are out somewhere around the circuit. We are hoping for a tight battle now between Josh and Rick Banaszek for Fast House Racing for 9th.
Orsamnis gained a spot and now sits in 19th.
Toby Zaire for Drop Bear Racing has the centre 14th now. Hahn is chasing Toby Zaire in car number 8, gap 2.0 seconds. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. This fight is starting to tighten up. Josh is right there with Rick Banashek for 9th. Alex McEwen for Project 4 crosses the line to complete lap 6 with a 1 minute and 46.342 seconds.
After lap 6, Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore VF is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock for Holden is fifth, Sprinkler is sixth.
The mirrors will be full for John Barabash. Toby Zaire for Drop Bear Racing is right there.
Alex McEwen for Project 4 is on soft compound tyres.
The contest for 4th is starting to tighten. That move puts John Barabash in car number 53 into 13th. James Bullock in the Holden Commodore VF has Sprinkler all over the back of them now for 5th. The contest for 13th is starting to tighten.
Back onto the track comes Taz Racer.
One small mistake and James Bullock for Holden will be alongside. This is exactly the kind of pressure battle that can force an error. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. One mistake from Disco for DD Racing, and Marju will be there for 11th. Alex McEwen crosses the line to complete lap 7 with a 1 minute and 46.507 seconds. After lap 7, Alex McEwen is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock from Australia is fifth, Sprinkler from Australia is sixth. John Barabash for JB Racing closes up on Marju for 12th. Scalawagon from Australia has entered the pits. It is building nicely between Scalawagon from Australia and Disco for DD Racing for 11th.
Toby Zaire in car number 8 gained a spot and now sits in 13th. Awesomeness is on soft compound tyres. The margin from Scalawagon in the Ford Falcon FGX to Demon Boost in the Holden Commodore VF is 1.1 seconds. One mistake from Sprinkler in the Volvo S60 and James Bullock in the Holden Commodore VF will be there for 6th.
There's a yellow flag. Someone must have gone off the track. Scalawagon is back up to racing speed.
That gap to Johnsel in car number 6 is 1.9 seconds for Demon Boost for FarGone Racing, but it moved the wrong way on the previous lap.
Demon Boost is chasing Pan, gap 1.9 seconds. Alex McEwen crosses the line to complete lap 8 with a 1 minute and 47.349 seconds.
After lap 8, Alex McEwen is first, Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 is second, Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF is third, Buffhead is fourth, Sprinkler from Australia is fifth, James Bullock from Australia is sixth.
There's a yellow flag. Someone must have gone off the track. 5th place now belongs to Sprinkler.
Alex McEwen won Formula Friday's Season 16 in the 2000 F1 cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
Keep an eye on Toby Zaire in car number 8 in 12th. Sprinkler from Australia has dragged themselves into range of James Bullock.
Alex Alex McEwen is on soft compound tyres.
Scallywagon moves up to 16th. The mirrors will be full for Sprinkler in the Volvo S60. William Bullock from Australia is right there. Buffhead has James Bullock all over the back of them now for 4th. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners.
One mistake from James Bullock in the Holden Commodore VF, and Sprinkler will be there for 6th.
Alex McEwen for Project 4 crosses the line to complete lap 9 with a 1 minute and 46.911 seconds. After lap 9, Alex McEwen is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock is fifth, Sprinkler is sixth. This is exactly the kind of pressure battle that can force an error.
The gap is 1.8 seconds from John Barabash in the Holden Commodore VF to Toby Zaye for Drop Bear Racing, and the chase has cooled slightly after losing 7.4 seconds last lap.
Maju for 888 Race Engineering cannot afford a poor exit here with Toby Zaye waiting.
The mirrors will be full for James Bullock in the Holden Commodore VF. Sprinkler is right there.
It is building nicely between William Bullock for Polestar Racing and Sprinkler for 6th.
Buffhead won Drop Bear Racing Season 19 in the Super Tourer cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
It is getting close for 10th. Maju is closing on Disco.
James Bullock from Australia is on soft compound tyres.
The marshals are waving the yellow flag. Maju for 888 Race Engineering leads this little scrap, but Toby Zaye is keeping the pressure on. Alex McEwen crosses the line to complete lap 10 with a 1 minute and 46.825 seconds. After lap 10, Alex McEwen is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello for Project 4 is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock in car number 10 is fifth, Sprinkler is sixth. Toby Zaye is going to need to defend against Maju in car number 33 for 12th. This fight is starting to tighten up. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. The gap is 1.1 seconds from William Bullock to Sprinkler from Australia, and the chase has cooled slightly after losing 0.6 seconds last lap. James Bullock in car number 10 is going to need to defend against Sprinkler for 5th. No breathing room for Maju for 888 Race Engineering now. John Barabash has dragged themselves into range of Toby Zaye from Australia.
The camera is focused on John Barabash in the Holden Commodore VF as they head through turn 6 laces.
Alex McEwen leaves the racing line and heads in.
Nick Mello is on soft compound tyres.
Andrew Ferguson crosses the line to complete lap 11 with a 1 minute and 48.335 seconds. After lap 11, Andrew Ferguson is first, Alex McEwen from Australia is second, Nick Mello is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock is fifth, Sprinkler is sixth. The gap from James Bullock for Holden to Alex McEwen is 0.7 seconds, and the chaser had the better lap by 6.5 seconds. The contest for 11th is starting to tighten. Alex McEwen is back up to racing speed. Buffhead for DD Racing has James Bullock all over the back of them now for fourth. Disco from Australia has chosen to stop now.
That gap to James Bullock is 1.7 seconds for William Bullock in the Volvo S60, but it moved the wrong way on the previous lap.
Demon Boost is going to try and force Disco from Australia to make an error. Josh leads this little scrap, but Alex McEwen is keeping the pressure on. Jonzel from Australia is coming into pit lane.
Possible incident for awesomeness for Nissan Motorsport at turn 9. And that's Josh looking for a way past Alex McEwen.
The battle for 11th is on, with John Barabash in car number 53 chasing Toby Zaire in car number 8. Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 crosses the line to complete lap 12 with a 1 minute and 47.926 seconds. After lap 12, Andrew Ferguson is first, Nick Mello is second, Buffhead is third, James Bullock is fourth, William Bullock in the Volvo S60 is fifth, Sprinkler is sixth.
Rick Banaszek in the Holden Commodore VF heads into turn 10, one of the key points of the lap.
We see Buffhead for DD Racing is now in third position. Huggy from Sweden is released from the pits. The stop is underway for John Barabash. Josh in the Nissan Altima L33 is not letting Rick Banaszek for Fasthouse Racing breathe here. This could be a strategic stop from Demon Boost from Australia. In 13th place it is now Pan. Scalawagon has chosen to stop now. Rick Banaszek is right there with Josh for 9th. John Barabash for JB Racing has completed the pit sequence. Alex McEwen is close enough now to make Rick Banaszek uncomfortable. Demon Boost rejoins the race.
Scalawagon for Super Black Racing rejoins the circuit from pit lane.
Andrew Ferguson crosses the line to complete lap 13 with a 1 minute and 47.906 seconds. After lap 13, Andrew Ferguson is first, Nick Mello is second, Buffhead for DD Racing is third, James Bullock for Holden is fourth, William Bullock from Australia is fifth, Sprinkler from Australia is sixth.
Possible incident for awesomeness at turn 9. Buffhead in car number 11 is off the circuit and into pit lane.
The current fastest lap belongs to Alex McEwen in car number 11 with a 1 minute and 46.100 seconds. Buffhead for DD Racing is going to need to defend against Josh for 8th.
Awesomeness is off the circuit and into pit lane.
The gap is 1.9 seconds from Sprinkler in car number 69 to William Bullock for Polestar Racing, and the chase has cooled slightly after losing 0.4 seconds last lap. Pit exit for Josh for Nissan Motorsport.
Watch this gap now. Pan trails awesomeness for Nissan Motorsport by 1.5 seconds and had stronger pace on the previous lap. Back onto the track comes awesomeness.
Unless I am mistaken, Disco is now in 14th.
Alex McEwen won Formula Friday's Season 17 in the 2005 F1 cars.
The mirrors will be full for William Bullock for Polestar Racing. Sprinkler in the Volvo S60 is right there. Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 crosses the line to complete lap 14 with a 1 minute and 48.821 seconds. After lap 14, Andrew Ferguson is first, Nick Mello from Australia is second, James Bullock from Australia is third, William Bullock in car number 5 is fourth, Sprinkler in car number 69 is fifth, Alex McEwen in car number 11 is sixth. The marshals are waving the yellow flag.
Here's a change for Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore VF into 6th spot.
A change in the order. Marju from Australia is up to 9th.
Tom Marzella is on soft compound tyres.
Nick Mello trails Andrew Ferguson by 2.0 seconds. We have a pit entry for Nick Mello for Project 4. Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 crosses the line to complete lap 15 with a 1 minute and 48.354 seconds. After lap 15, Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 is first, Nick Mello for Project 4 is second, James Bullock in car number 10 is third, William Bullock in car number 5 is fourth, Sprinkler in car number 69 is fifth, Alex McEwen is sixth. The pace is there from Alex McEwen from Australia. Fastest lap, 1 minute and 46.075 seconds. The stop is complete for Nick Mello. Alex McEwen for Project 4 closes up on Sprinkler for fifth. Alex McEwen is applying real pressure to William Bullock in the battle for third. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. Alex McEwen cannot afford a poor exit here with Sprinkler in car number 69 waiting.
Huggy is on soft compound tyres.
We are hoping for a tight battle now between John Barabash and Pan for 12th. This is exactly the kind of pressure battle that can force an error. Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 crosses the line to complete lap 16 with a 1 minute and 48.522 seconds. After lap 16, Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 is first, James Bullock is second, William Bullock is third, Alex McEwen for Project 4 is fourth, Sprinkler is fifth, Nick Mello for Project 4 is sixth. We see Alex McEwen is now in fourth position. It is getting close for second. William Bullock is closing on James Bullock. Buffhead gains a place and is now 7th. Alex McEwen is tucked up behind William Bullock for 3rd.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit.
Toby Zaire is chasing Rick Banashek, gap 1.7 seconds. Rick Banashek is 1.7 seconds behind Toby Zaire, but was 3.3 seconds quicker last lap. Rick Banashek has completed the pit sequence. Nick Mello is right there with Alex McEwen for Project 4.
Alex McEwen won Formula Friday's Season 16 in the 2000 F1 cars. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
The margin from Nick Mello to William Bullock for Polestar Racing is 2.0 seconds. We are hoping for a tight battle now between Josh and Toby Zayev for 9th. Into the pits comes James Bullock. Alex McEwen crosses the line to complete lap 17 with a 1 minute and 46.615 seconds. After lap 17, Alex McEwen in car number 11 is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello is third, James Bullock from Australia is fourth, William Bullock is fifth, Sprinkler in car number 69 is sixth. Nick Mello goes quickest so far with a 1 minute and 45.172 seconds.
Andrew Ferguson rejoins, and the strategy picture changes again.
The stop is complete for James Bullock in car number 10. Josh for Nissan Motorsport is 2.0 seconds behind Marju, but was 3.0 seconds quicker last lap.
That gap to Josh is 1.1 seconds for Marju, but it moved the wrong way on the previous lap.
Huggy has Marju for 888 race engineering 0.2 seconds behind. John Barabash gains a place and is now 10th. On the broadcast now, it is Marju. Pan in the Nissan Altima L33 is right behind Marju for 11th. Disco for DD Racing is closing in, 1.9 seconds back from Toby Zayev for Drop Bear Racing after gaining 29.2 seconds last lap. Something has happened out there. Yellow flags are showing. Alex McEwen for Project 4 crosses the line to complete lap 18 with a 1 minute and 46.507 seconds. After lap 18, Alex McEwen is first, Nick Mello is second, Sprinkler from Australia is third, Andrew Ferguson is fourth, Buffhead in car number 11 is fifth, James Bullock in car number 10 is sixth.
Buffhead won Formula Friday's Season 13 in the 1990 Formula 1 cars. The gap from Buffhead in the Holden Commodore ZB to Sprinkler is 1.8 seconds, and the chaser had the better lap by 2.3 seconds.
The fight for 12th is alive, with Marju chasing Pan. The margin from Josh to Sprinkler is 2.0 seconds.
The gap from John Barabash in the Holden Commodore VF to Huggy is 1 second, and the chaser had the better lap by 7.3 seconds. The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Pit stop time for Pan. Alex McEwen is going to need to defend against Nick Mello in car number 4 for first.
Toby Zayev for Drop Bear Racing is 1.9 seconds behind Pan for Nissan Motorsport, but lost 14.2 seconds on the previous lap.
The mirrors will be full for Huggy from Sweden. Horse analyst in the Nissan Altima L33 is right there. Alex McEwen crosses the line to complete lap 19 with a 1 minute and 46.777 seconds. After lap 19, Alex McEwen is first, Nick Mello for Project 4 is second, Andrew Ferguson is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock in car number 10 is fifth, William Bullock is sixth. Scallywagon is right there with Pan in car number 63 for 13th. The current fastest lap belongs to Nick Mello from Australia with a 1 minute and 45.172 seconds. For 16th, Pan from Australia is starting to ask the question of Scallywagon in car number 13. and Josh from Australia moves into 7th position. That gap is now small enough for Scalawagon for Super Black Racing to think about a move. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners.
Buffhead 1 Drop Bear, racing season 25 in the GT Legends cars. And that's Alex McEwen for Project 4 looking for a way past Nick Mello.
Nick Mello is putting pressure on Alex McEwen for first.
Demon Boost from Australia gained a spot, and now sits in 14th.
Nick Mello is chasing Alex McEwen, gap 0.4 seconds.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit.
Alex McEwen for Project 4 crosses the line to complete lap 20 with a 2 minutes and 0.930 seconds. After lap 20, Alex McEwen is first, Nick Mello is second, Andrew Ferguson is third, Buffhead for DD Racing is fourth, James Bullock is fifth, William Bullock is sixth. The contest for fifth is starting to tighten.
Scalawagon in car number 13 is on soft compound tyres.
Andrew Ferguson is chasing Alex McEwen for Project 4, gap 2.0 seconds.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight. Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF is looking for a gap to pass Alex McEwen. This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit.
Nick Mello always a tough driver to beat on the streets of Monaco, especially in an F1 car. Alex McEwen from Australia is close enough now to make Nick Mello in car number 4 uncomfortable. Andrew Ferguson is not letting Alex McEwen for Project 4 breathe here. Nick Mello from Australia crosses the line to complete lap 21 with a 1 minute and 49.490 seconds.
After lap 21, Nick Mello for Project 4 is first, Alex McEwen is second, Andrew Ferguson is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock in the Holden Commodore VF is fifth, William Bullock in car number 5 is sixth.
Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 trails Alex McEwen for Project 4 by 1 second. Alex McEwen is going to need to defend against Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 for second.
Andrew Ferguson is on soft compound tyres.
Alex McEwen is right with Nick Mello in the fight for first.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
This is exactly the kind of pressure battle that can force an error.
Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF crosses the line to complete lap 22 with a 1 minute and 48.102 seconds.
After lap 22, Nick Mello in car number 4 is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Buffhead is third, James Bullock from Australia is fourth, William Bullock from Australia is fifth, Josh for Nissan Motorsport is sixth. Nick Mello for Project 4 is right behind Alex McEwen for second. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. Nick Mello is putting pressure on Andrew Ferguson for third.
Buffhead won Drop Bear Racing Season 23 in the Touring Car Legends cars. And that's Andrew Ferguson looking for a way past Alex McEwen for Project 4.
Huggy for Polestar Racing is off the circuit and into pit lane. Huggy from Sweden has Disco for DD Racing 1.4 seconds behind. That gap is 1.6 seconds between Pan from Australia and Huggy for Polestar Racing.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Alex McEwen crosses the line to complete lap 23 with a 1 minute and 47.645 seconds. After lap 23, Alex McEwen from Australia is first, Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 is second, Nick Mello in car number 4 is third, Buffhead is fourth, James Bullock is fifth, William Bullock in the Volvo S60 is sixth. The current fastest lap belongs to Nick Mello with a 1 minute and 45.172 seconds. The gap from Josh for Nissan Motorsport to Buffhead is 1.9 seconds, and the chaser had the better lap by 17.2 seconds.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Sprinkler in the Volvo S60 is close enough now to make Josh uncomfortable. That gap is 1.8 seconds between Rick Banashek in car number 91 and Sprinkler in car number 69.
That gap is 1.9 seconds between John Barabash in the Holden Commodore VF and Sprinkler.
That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. Disco commits to pit lane. Toby Zaire continues to run in 12th.
Demon Boost in the Holden Commodore VF is 1.9 seconds behind Disco in the Holden Commodore ZB, but was 7.9 seconds quicker last lap.
Alex McEwen crosses the line to complete lap 24 with a 1 minute and 46.711 seconds. After lap 24, Alex McEwen is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, Nick Mello in car number 4 is third, James Bullock is fourth, William Bullock is fifth, Buffhead from Australia is sixth. That stop is done for Disco in car number 69. This fight is starting to tighten up. Through goes William Bullock into fourth.
Nick Mello rejoins the circuit from pit lane.
And Rick Banashek for Fasthouse Racing moves into 8th position. Orsamnes for Nissan Motorsport has completed the pit sequence. John Barabash for JB Racing is closing in, 1 second back from Sprinkler after gaining 13.5 seconds last lap.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
That gap is now small enough for John Barabash for JB Racing to think about a move. Demon Boost peels off into pit lane.
Watch this gap now. Pan for Nissan Motorsport trails Demon Boost for FarGone Racing by 2.0 seconds and had stronger pace on the previous lap.
Alex McEwen from Australia crosses the line to complete lap 25 with a 1 minute and 47.069 seconds. After lap 25, Alex McEwen for Project 4 is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, James Bullock is third, William Bullock is fourth, Nick Mello is fifth, Buffhead is sixth. The current fastest lap belongs to Nick Mello in car number 4 with a 1 minute and 45.172 seconds. This fight is starting to tighten up.
Buffhead won Drop Bear Racing Season 19 in the Super Tourer cars. We have a pit entry for Tom Marzella in the Holden Commodore V8. John Barabash from Australia remains 1.7 seconds back from Sprinkler, but the pace was weaker by 2.0 seconds last time around. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
William Bullock is closing in, 1.6 seconds back from James Bullock in car number 10 after gaining 0.1 seconds last lap. Now we wait to see where Tom Marzella for Tomato Motorsport cycles out. Unless I am mistaken, Pan for Nissan Motorsport is now in 13th. Alex McEwen for Project 4 crosses the line to complete lap 26 with a 1 minute and 47.220 seconds.
After lap 26, Alex McEwen for Project 4 is first, Andrew Ferguson is second, James Bullock is third, William Bullock is fourth, Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF is fifth, Buffhead from Australia is sixth.
In 14th place, it is now Disco in car number 69. Scallywagon is close enough to make this uncomfortable. The margin from Buffhead for DD Racing to Johnsel from Australia is 0.5 seconds. The pit crew will be ready for Josh for Nissan Motorsport. Rick Banashek in car number 91 is closing in, 2.0 seconds back from Josh in the Nissan Altima L33 after gaining 0.8 seconds last lap. Josh in the Nissan Altima L33 is chasing Sprinkler in the Volvo S60, gap 1.1 seconds. Toby Zaire is not letting John Barabash for JB Racing breathe here.
Josh returns to the circuit.
One mistake from Johnsel in car number 6, and Scallywagon for Super Black Racing will be there for 16th.
Alex McEwen, the Nürburgring Nordschleife, is one of his favourite tracks.
The broadcast settles on Scallywagon for Super Black Racing here. Andrew Ferguson crosses the line to complete lap 27 with a 1 minute and 47.056 seconds.
After lap 27, Andrew Ferguson is first, Alex McEwen is second, James Bullock is third, William Bullock is fourth, Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF is fifth, Buffhead for DD Racing is sixth.
The benchmark has moved again, Nick Mello on 1 minute and 44.685 seconds. The current fastest lap belongs to Nick Mello in car number 4 with a 1 minute and 45.172 seconds.
Alex McEwen from Australia rejoins the circuit from pit lane.
Johnsel for 888 Race Engineering is defending 16th, and Scallywagon for Super Black Racing is not going away. Through goes Sprinkler into 8th.
And that's William Bullock looking for a way past James Bullock for Holden. Sprinkler is on soft compound tyres.
Scallywagon is looking for a gap to pass Johnsel for 888 race engineering.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit.
The gap from Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF to William Bullock for Polestar Racing is 2.0 seconds, and the chaser had the better lap by 3.0 seconds. William Bullock is right behind James Bullock for third. Andrew Ferguson crosses the line to complete lap 28 with a 1 minute and 47.475 seconds. After lap 28, Andrew Ferguson is first, James Bullock is second, William Bullock for Polestar Racing is third, Nick Mello is fourth, Alex McEwen in car number 11 is fifth, Buffhead for DD Racing is sixth. That gap is 0.9 seconds between James Bullock and Disco.
Buffhead won Drop Bear Racing Season 25 in the GT Legends cars.
The margin from William Bullock in the Volvo S60 to James Bullock for Holden is 0.5 seconds. William Bullock in the Volvo S60 is going to need to defend against Nick Mello for Project 4 for third. No breathing room for Scallywagon for Super Black Racing now. William Bullock in car number 5 has Nick Mello 0.3 seconds behind.
Andrew Ferguson is on soft compound tyres. Alex McEwen for Project 4 remains 2.0 seconds back from Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF, but the pace was weaker by 16.7 seconds last time around. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 crosses the line to complete lap 29 with a 1 minute and 46.924 seconds. After lap 29, Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 is first, James Bullock is second, William Bullock is third, Nick Mello from Australia is fourth, Alex McEwen is fifth, Buffhead is sixth. This is exactly the kind of pressure battle that can force an error. James Bullock has Nick Mello for Project 4 1.1 seconds behind. The current fastest lap belongs to Nick Mello in car number 4 with a 1 minute and 44.685 seconds. Alex McEwen is close enough now to make William Bullock for Polestar Racing uncomfortable. Ninth place now belongs to Josh.
Buffhead won Drop Bear Racing Season 20 in the Formula 4 cars. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
Nick Mello is right behind James Bullock for Holden for second. This fight is starting to tighten up.
Buffhead for DD Racing is on soft compound tyres.
Andrew Ferguson crosses the line to complete lap 30 with a 1 minute and 47.709 seconds. After lap 30, Andrew Ferguson is first, Nick Mello is second, Alex McEwen is third, James Bullock in car number 10 is fourth, William Bullock for Polestar Racing is fifth, Buffhead is sixth. One small mistake and Nick Mello will be alongside.
That gap to Nick Mello is 1 second for James Bullock for Holden, but it moved the wrong way on the previous lap.
That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. William Bullock is putting pressure on James Bullock from Australia for fourth. Jonzel is applying real pressure to Scalawagon in the battle for 16th.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
William Bullock for Polestar Racing is not letting James Bullock for Holden breathe here. Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 crosses the line to complete lap 31 with a 1 minute and 48.184 seconds. After lap 31, Andrew Ferguson is first, Alex McEwen is second, Nick Mello for Project 4 is third, James Bullock is fourth, William Bullock for Polestar Racing is fifth, Buffhead is sixth. Alex McEwen lowers the mark to 1 minute and 44.225 seconds.
Tom Marzella for Tomato Motorsport is on soft compound tyres.
The current fastest lap belongs to Alex McEwen in car number 11 with a 1 minute and 44.225 seconds. It is getting close for fifth. James Bullock in the Holden Commodore VF is closing on William Bullock in the Volvo S60.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit. Sprinkler in car number 69 is going to try and force Rick Banaszek in the Holden Commodore VF to make an error.
The mirrors will be full for Scalawagon. Jonzel is right there.
Disco for DD Racing is making their way through turn 7, toe now. Possible incident for Disco at turn 7, toe. And that's Sprinkler looking for a way past Rick Banaszek from Australia.
Andrew Ferguson crosses the line to complete lap 32 with a 1 minute and 49.288 seconds.
After lap 32, Andrew Ferguson is first, Alex McEwen is second, Nick Mello is third, William Bullock is fourth, James Bullock is fifth, Buffhead in the Holden Commodore ZB is sixth. The fight for 16th is alive, with Jonzel in the Holden Commodore VF chasing Scalawagon.
Unless I am mistaken, Demon Boost in car number 666 is now in 14th. In 15th place, it is now Scalawagon for Super Black Racing. This fight is starting to tighten up.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit. Nick Mello won Formula Friday's Season 14 in the 1991 F1 cars.
Jonzel in car number 6 is not letting Scalawagon from Australia breathe here.
And that's Sprinkler looking for a way past Rick Banaszek.
Andrew Ferguson in the Volvo S60 crosses the line to complete lap 33 with a 1 minute and 48.473 seconds. After lap 33, Andrew Ferguson is first, Alex McEwen is second, Nick Mello from Australia is third, William Bullock in car number 5 is fourth, James Bullock is fifth, Buffhead is sixth. Sprinkler is applying real pressure to Rick Banaszek in the battle for 7th.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
The current fastest lap belongs to Alex McEwen with a 1 minute and 44.225 seconds.
John Barabash is on soft compound tyres.
The pit crew will be ready for Tom Marzella in car number 11. Alex McEwen is chasing Andrew Ferguson, gap 2.0 seconds.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Andrew Ferguson crosses the line and finishes first. Alex McEwen crosses the line and finishes second. Tom Marzella in the Holden Commodore VF crosses the line and finishes 20th.
Possible incident for Alex McEwen in car number 11 at turn 1, the 90.
William Bullock in car number 5 crosses the line and finishes third. James Bullock crosses the line and finishes fourth. Nick Mello crosses the line and finishes fifth. Buffhead from Australia crosses the line and finishes sixth. Demon Boost for FarGone Racing crosses the line and finishes 14th. Scallywagon for Super Black Racing crosses the line and finishes 15th. Disco crosses the line and finishes 17th. Rick Banashek in car number 91 crosses the line and finishes 7th. Sprinkler crosses the line and finishes 8th. Josh for Nissan Motorsport crosses the line and finishes 9th.
Possible incident for Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore VF at turn 1, the 90.
Marju in the Holden Commodore VF crosses the line and finishes 10th.
Possible incident for John Barabash at turn 1, the 90.
Race result. Andrew Ferguson finishes first. Alex McEwen in the Holden Commodore VF finishes second. William Bullock in car number 5 finishes third. James Bullock from Australia finishes fourth. Nick Mello in the Holden Commodore VF finishes fifth. Buffhead in the Holden Commodore ZB finishes sixth.